Boards Association. Sounds like my voice is going, but I think all my kids have it too. And what that means is the member services managers. I bridge that gap. You guys are members of the Pennsylvania School Boards Association, and I'm kind of that, I don't know, contact. If you're wondering about policy, if you're wondering about legal advice, I kind of bridge the gap and put you in contact with everybody. So I handed everybody a packet tonight. I only need a couple minutes of your time, but it includes my business card should anybody have any questions. I'll start off with this nice little, I forget what color they really said it was, but we'll just say orange, yellow, mustard, just for the heck of it. And this is our new marketing piece, but on the first page it says your member services managers. I have 89 school districts in Pennsylvania. I have the northeastern side of the state. So Western Wayne School District is one of 89. A bunch of IUs and CTCs. The next little one talks about Governor Wolf's budget, and it says that there's no major cuts, and you guys all should be all aware of that. But the next page I wanted to talk about was Senate Bill 2. This is the ESA voucher. I'm not sure if you're one of the 200 schools who wrote to oppose this bill, but it was about to go on the floor on Tuesday, and Tuesday morning they shut it down and they postponed it. So that's a good sign. Not sure if this district is for or against it, but the majority of Pennsylvania school districts are against it because of what it's going to happen. It's going to take funds, almost $500 million from public education and put it towards parents who can have their child go to, whether it's private, whether it's for-profit schools, cyber, charter, and even tutors. So that just gives you a little bit about Senate Bill 2. If you're interested in learning more about how to oppose it, how to fill out a form, we have those on our website. The next page to that is the My PSBA. Is anybody familiar with My PSBA right now? Okay, it's new. It just came out. We rolled it out last month. My PSBA, it's a twofold. It has all our online courses, and we have 43 online courses, but it also has a discussion board. So everybody has a login that's a board member, and you can go on and see maybe some hot topics, like school security is being discussed on. Maybe school secretaries, they have some concerns going on, and you can post discussions. Yes, it's a public forum, but it's in a private portal for all board members across Pennsylvania. But that's just something new that we rolled out for My PSBA. And the next last page is the save the dates for the Planning Institute and for our school leadership conference. Has anybody ever been to the PSBA conference before? Okay. Well, it is this year in October at the Hershey Lodge, and it's 3 days, and it goes through everything from legal advice to new school director. Do we have any new school directors in here? Very good. New? What's that?
How new is new?
This first year. How about second year? No, then you're seasoned. You're seasoned then, you've been through it. Good deal. So that's what this new little marketing piece we have going, and every 3 months or quarter, we're going to throw out a new thing, maybe some new issues that are going on. Also within this packet is our Principles for Governance and Leadership. Many schools, hundreds of schools, there's over 500 school districts, they adopt these policies. They choose to adopt these policies. They choose to adopt these principles. And the principles are 7 topics of advocate earnestly, which means promote public education, lead responsibly, and there's 4 things, but it work together in a spirit of harmony and respect and cooperation, govern effectively, differentiate the difference between governance and management is one of them, plan thoughtfully, evaluate continuously, communicate clearly, and act ethically. So if a school district were to adopt these, we send a nice, I don't know, it's probably, I don't know the size, but it's nice, big, people frame it, the school districts, they hang it up in their boardroom, and every school director signs it. It's kind of just a reminder of why you're here. You know, to act ethically, you're here for the students and many more. But if you were interested in adopting these, it's on our website, or I can direct somebody to it individually. And then you request the poster, and then we send you the poster, and you can sign and hang it up. So that's something. And then every time there's a new school director that comes on, maybe an election year, we ask that the school districts re-adopt those because there's new individuals. The next little thing is the new online learning. I ran out of the newer one, so this is the last one I had. I work remotely from my home office in Factoryville, Pennsylvania. So I'm Lackawanna Trail School District. So sometimes when I run out of material, they have to mail me some. But this describes our online 43 courses, and it's it's all e-learning. So you earn virtual badges, and you're able to get a certificate in board governance. Now, the fact that Western Wayne is only, and I say only, a standard membership rather than all access, is that now the fact that you're a member, standard membership, you have to pay per course. So each director would have to pay $35 per course. Or if you show a course up here for one fee of $35, everybody will get credit and they build a transcript. Now that leads me into the all access membership. All access membership, which costs $2,400 more, would include all of these courses and much more. And I brought the difference here. If you were to switch from member or standard membership to all access, you would get policy maintenance as well. Who maintains the policies for the district? Yeah. Very good. So you probably worked with Heather Masshall. So if you were all access, policy maintenance and updating on policies would be included. Do you use ARs, administrative regulations, through us? If you were, it'd be 15% off. And then there's a board self-assessment. If you're familiar with our board self-assessment, it's a survey monkey that we send out. It's 33 questions, and it allows everybody to give their honest answer and see how communication is, and it goes with our 7 principles. So, actually I printed out a little copy here, but if you were all access, it would allow me to come out complimentary and talk about the results. But I'll just hold up this paper here, and it's a bar chart of where everybody scored, and I take the average and I say, okay, you know, we're lacking a little communication here, and I talk about best practices. And it's kind of like a little training event for about half an hour. So that's our board self-assessment. Now, your membership, you are able to have a board self-assessment. It's included, but that interpretation by your member services manager is not included because you're standard membership. So I would give the results to Dr. Barrett, and I would tell him how to just go through it, and he would illustrate it. So that was the difference between standard and all access. The other thing I think I put in your folder was our human resource services. Now, that includes Career Gateway, so any job postings that you're doing, that's included in your membership fee. It includes that brochure, job descriptions. Ellen, please, you asked me a question on it about job description. Do you have any questions while I'm here?
No, I'll talk to you at another time, but
Okay.
we have to do them. I mean, ours are quite old. Most of them are like 89, 90. So they have to be updated. They were done several years ago.
Sure.
So they
Should
have
that
to
be
be
part
updated.
of the next level, or is
It's not a part of any level. It's an extra service because of the work that goes into it. And I will tell you, if your district has 30 titles or less, it would start at $2,500. And let me talk about job description for a minute because it's going to take a decision to sign on. It is an online system that we have. We have over 130 job descriptions currently now that were created and reviewed by our legal team. The creation comes right off the PDE, let's just say Director of Special Education. Well, that's standard throughout the state. So, and it goes down to, you know, head cook and athletic director, and it just goes through. Now, what we would do is we would get a title, or we would get a document of every job title you would want done by us. And we're able to assign these titles and job descriptions to their supervisor. When we send it to their supervisor, they review it, edit it, delete whatever they want, and they send it back to PSBA. After we receive all of them back, we then send them to the superintendent for second and final review. Once the superintendent sends them back to PSBA, which is all online through a database, we're able to release them in a PDF, all nice, school logo, everything, job description, school enrollment, all the way down to, the requirements of lifting, if their job does that. And did I send you a sample, Ellen?
No.
Okay, I can do that,
Okay, that would be great.
without a doubt. So if I forget, if you don't get it from me in a day or two, just,
Okay.
I can send you a couple more things.
I was looking at them because you had asked about the number and stuff.
Yeah.
Matt and I talked a little bit about it, but some of ours have to change. We don't even have the positions anymore, so we really have to
Sure.
look at it first.
And it's almost like, why create the wheel when we probably already have it? And say you have an oddball one that, it might not be in our system. We're able to create that, have our legal team review it to make sure it is what it is, and then send it. You guys are able to edit it and change it to, maybe it's 2 positions here and it's usually 1 position elsewhere. So, or vice versa, we can combine 2 for your 1. And what's nice about the job description is that, our service is that we're able to add up to 5 more within the next 2 years. So say you hire a new transportation director, and that was one person's job. Well, we're able to create that for you at no additional cost. So, and that's job descriptions. So
Isn't there maintenance on it for so many years as well?
Yeah.
When I talked to.
yeah, 2 to 3
So when you
years.
do it, okay.
I think it's up to 3 years, but up to 2 years you can add jobs. In
Gotcha.
years up to 3, we're able to just,
Just
update
fix
them,
them.
yeah,
Okay.
rather than add more. And I will let you know that 18 schools across Pennsylvania recently have completed this, and I just had to tell that to a superintendent down the line a little bit. He asked me how many schools. It's fairly new with this whole online system. We've been doing job descriptions for years now. It's just that the whole technical part of it is 2 years old now. So, you all have your state of education books in front of you. We just rolled that out 2 weeks ago. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer it, but that's all facts. There's really nothing. That's all data. Take your time, read it. Some of it's, shocking, but others it's, yeah, we knew that was gonna happen. So, but by no means am I gonna quiz you on that at the end of tonight. Does anybody have any questions for me about PSBA or anything else?
What about the new training for new school board members? And I know there was for
Great question.
people coming on to.
Yeah, when I was first on the board, pardon me? No, it wasn't mandatory. I remember attending, one of the other board members of the time, and I went to, near Wilkes-Barre, and we went to a workshop that PSBA provided, and they sort of talked, it was basically to talk about what your role as a board member was, in a sense, your job description. And how would you describe, in a couple sentences, the job description of a board member?
That's a great question, and I usually take 3 hours to answer that question. We do personalized or customized workshops for school boards, and it's a roles and responsibilities. So to sum it up, it would be, don't micromanage. Like you're the governance of the district, the 35,000 foot view of the district, and the superintendent is the day-to-day, the managing of the district. So that's my one sentence, is govern, not manage. That's Dr. Barrett's job. Another point I would say is that reference your comprehensive plan. They're your district goals, they're your vision, your mission, that's where it's going. So as you're making decision where the district is going, refer to that 150-some page document. And I'm not sure when that ends or when you have to redo it by.
Currently working on it.
Currently working on it, okay. Okay, so we have a course online that's comprehensive planning. It might be a good refresher if anybody's interested in that. Now let me ask you, do you have a committee or do you guys work as a whole for the comprehensive plan?
We have a committee.
The committee, that's great. Because a lot of people stand in a whole and they do it. that would be my 2 quick sentences. I mean, I'd be more than happy to come back. A lot of school districts call us to do a board retreat, whether it's in an evening from 6 to 9, 5 to 8, whatever, a Saturday. We come in and we cover policies and we cover board authority and chain of command, and it's what we call best practices. By no means are we going to tell you how to do your elected official job, but it's also best practices and research and data driven. And a lot of boards call us in when maybe there's a lot of conflict, or maybe it's just it's a 9-0 vote all the time. What's going on? Like, show us some best practices here. Or there's issues of individuals coming into the business manager's office every day, and we have to figure out how to control that. So we do a lot of customized training, and we do school board goals as well. As a district, your board goals, not district goals. That's something else. We do board goals. Why are you here? What's your purpose? Where do you want to go? What do you want to get out of this? So, and workshops, I mean, I'm doing 2 or 3 a month. So it's something that, and that's just me. Across the state, we're doing about 10 a month. And there's 5 of me across the state.
So we could set up a schedule for the board for you to come in and give that? Because I know I don't know where I had to do it. It was mandatory when I did the training.
Yeah, new school director training.
Yeah, it was down, I don't even know where it was, Wilkes-Barre maybe.
Kingston CTC is where we usually hold. It's a neutral site. And it was new school director training. We usually do it on election years. And we just had one this year. We hold them throughout the state as well. And new school director training is a crash course where roles and responsibilities is more in depth on, difference between policy and ARs, and, let's work as a team of 10, and this is how, and this is what governing is, and this is what managing is. So there's a lot more to it. And the workshops are a cost. It doesn't matter what level membership you are. They can start at $600. They can go up to $1,200, depending on how many hours you have, myself and or a colleague or 2 of mine. Some districts want our legal service there at their workshops. All right, we got to pay a lawyer fee for that. So that's where the price range can change. So, and if you were interested in a workshop, our website, psba.org, it says education and workshops. Click that and you can fill out a quick form of what you're looking for. Roles and responsibilities would answer your question on what is it that our typical board should be doing or not doing. And we cover things board shouldn't be doing. So.
Do some of the trainings that you offer through that, those levels that you talked about for these workshops, will they count towards the hours of time that has to, with that new law that went into effect last year?
Okay.
Or do you have something different for that?
So that new law, let me talk about this a second. That new law is supposedly in effect for 2018-19 school year. However, there is nothing on how it's going to be recorded, who can do the training, when it has to happen, who has to do it. Like if you're a veteran and been on the board for 10 years, do you have to do it? Because you don't have the training. So right now, yes, that law passed, but it's not in effect. PSBA is on standby on knowing, and that's why that's not why we rolled out online courses and we do workshops, but it's to supplement, to tell PDE, look at us, look what we're doing. We want to be a leader in school board training, and we have to get approval from PDE. So if this is going to go into effect for next year, no one's been contacted by legislators to say this is how it's going to happen. So I really wouldn't worry about that. We have no answer for you as far as that. But if you would like a workshop for professional development, that's a different story, of course. And a part B to that question is if you do our workshop, or if we do a workshop for you, will that carry over to that requirement? We don't know. But if you think about it, it might be, if you have it this summer, it's before the 2018-19, so chances are it might not. But it's all, everybody has their hands up, like how are you going to keep track of this, PDE? But we're ready. So, anything else? I appreciate your questions. Email me. I'm sure I'm emailing you. I'm sure you're getting stuff from me. And that's to attend events that we have in the area. It's to be a part of, key contacts. It's to be a speaker at our board president's panel. You know, and now that I'm in front of the board, I could put some more faces to names. I hope that we continue our relationship, and when there are events, I know Kingston is far from here. It's far from me. I know Lycoming is far from here. I'm trying to get an event up this way for us. I've northeastern PA, and the most northeastern we go is Kingston. But I have to have data saying that people will come. So if I see interest in you guys, you know, Ellen emailing me about job descriptions, when I see interest, I say, look it, we're interested up here. So hopefully we can have an event up here, and that can be board president's panel, it can be spring legal roundup we just had, it can be a couple different things up this way. So.
You guys have, I'm new to this stuff here, do you have like lobbyists working in?
Good question. That's our government affairs team, and lobbying is only like 10% of what PSBA does. We have 5 individuals that go to the Hill, and they figure out what's going on with the professional. People that actually used to work on the Hill now work for PSBA, and they go there every couple days, and that's how we know if Senate bill is coming out Tuesday, and that's how we know if it's getting canceled, or you know, Senator so and so just switched his his vote, it turned his mind. But yes, we do have lobbying, and it's only 10%. That's nothing. We have over 80 employees, and there are only 5. Great questions. Anything else before I take up any more of your time? Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
Okay, next is Rose's presentation for our budget, so Ed Kite should be with you in a moment.
Tomorrow it's gonna be great. Ice cream. Weather.
Yeah, somewhere else. Slow going.
Everybody okay?
You don't want to rush it. It's a lot of work, but it's good.
So we just wanted to take some time tonight to talk about the budget. With our May meeting, we'll be looking to pass a tentative budget. Our tentative budget will need to be advertised for 30 days, so there'll be a 30-day window between our May meeting and our June meeting to make sure that we are properly advertising the budget. So tonight, what I want to do is go through some of the highlights, some of the details of what we're looking at for this year, and then we can, talk about what we need to get through for 18-19.